I want you to meet a lady who has been utterly failed by Andy Burnham's GMCA and Bev Craig's Manchester City Council. GMCA, 2 years early, made a decision to curtail the funding and take away the homes of 10 vulnerable women, domestic violence survivors. This funding was supposed to last 3 years to house and to help these women get back on their feet. But they made a boardroom decision and they just decided to simply end it. I've been urgently working with several of these women to try and stop this reprehensible abuse of power. And I even emailed Council Lead Bev Craig, Manchester City Council, a few months ago. She ignored my email. 2 of the 10 women are still in their wish home because I forced a U-turn. But this lady was bullied out. And the standard of the property is just appalling. When I visited as a property professional, I could not believe that this property was allowed to be let out in Manchester City Council. What would have happened if I hadn't have got involved? I'm going to take you in to have a look. It's absolutely shocking. We're going to have a look in the living room, which is unusable because, well, you'll see. So this has been like this for 3 months, absolutely full of the landlord's stuff. And actually already, if you look here, the wallpaper and the paint and everything's starting to fall off the wall because it's so damp. You were brought here by somebody from Manchester City Council.
Yep.
And what did they say about the property? Did they say this property was
They said the property's fine.
fit to be rented out?
And I actually spoke to the council lady and I said to her, it's not fit for purpose. It's dirty, it's manky, it's disgusting.
Yeah. I'd already, at that point, we'd spoken
Yeah,
on the
we'd
phone,
spoken,
hadn't we?
yeah.
But you'd already been moved out of one of the wish houses.
I had no choice, yeah.
And at that point, NACRO then weren't going to deal with you anymore?
No.
Or they washed their hands of you?
They washed their hands of me.
So we spoke and came and looked at the property. I wasn't very impressed. And they sent an inspector out?
Yeah. They sent somebody out to inspect the property.
What happened then?
Then the lady came out. I knew by the look on her face, she was mortified. She's like, I don't know how this place has been passed.
We come through into the bedroom. I mean, the state of the floor. Look at that. I mean, I actually can't believe that somebody from the council has brought a tenant here, a would-be tenant, and said this is acceptable. It's damp. You can smell it. You can't smell it, but I can smell it. So they moved you out of a perfectly acceptable house, effectively made you homeless, forced you into another place.
Yep.
Approved by Manchester City Council.
Approved.
And then someone from Manchester City Council
said it's not fit.
Said it's not fit.
You know what? I've just been with my mental health because I already suffer with anxiety, depression, and I have PTSD as well because of my past stuff, and it just makes it worse.
It does. And the point is that you were on that initial scheme, which was due to last
to
for up
protect
to 3
women.
years, to protect women, to help them in difficult situations, to make them stronger, to get them to a point where they could face the world and be financially independent. And
then you throw me in the street.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. I rent properties out and I do bathrooms up, and just the condition, the state of it's falling apart. Look at this. Like the grout, all the finishes, it's just falling apart. There's a big hole down here behind the loo, and the mice will come out of there. It's just shameful. It's absolutely shameful. I've said to you that, we will help in any way that we can.
Yep.
So we'll make sure that you get into this other place. And
I'm just so grateful.
Well, you shouldn't have to be grateful to anybody. If something is promised, then it should be delivered. And this is one of the issues, isn't it?
This is what I was saying.
You
dragged me out of a hostel into a false sense of security. They just treated me like dirt. They actually, like I said to them, I understand that people are out here with drug issues and all they want is a house to treat as a drug den or whatever. That's not me. I might have been homeless, but that's not me. I want a home that I can make a home.
Welcome to the kitchen. It's just a disgrace. It's a disgrace. I mean, it's all falling apart. Units are falling apart. God only knows what that stuff is up there. Flooring. Have a look at the electrics. There you've got plug sockets behind the oven. Heating fat on the top of an oven. Looks like it's behind. It's just, I can't compute as a decent landlord how this is allowed to be rented out in Greater Manchester in 2026. Worse, I mean, you've got single glazed window there. So because we're in a sort of semi-basement, you've got somebody who's a survivor of domestic violence, okay, and you've got a single glazed window there that could just be kicked through. Mind blowing. Thanks for talking to me.
You're welcome.
Because it's really difficult to talk about this sort of stuff, isn't it?
It's horrible.
This is your life, and what they've done has made it worse than it should be, and that's a really hard thing to talk about. So I do really appreciate the fact that
I'm quite happy to talk about because I don't want anybody else to go through what I've gone through.
Yeah.
It's not nice, and I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy.
Yeah. Which is why we're doing what we're doing.
And that's why I'm always going to support it, because I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy.
What a conversation, hey? It's just devastating. It's devastating listening to that lady's story, and she's not alone. This is happening all across Greater Manchester. And as I've come out of the house, just picked that leaflet up. In fact, she's just picked the leaflet up and given it to me and laughed. You know, Bev Craig, Andy Burnham, been at the top of GMCA for years, years. And this is the result, because this is how much Labour care about the people that they're supposed to be caring about. You heard it. You heard it in there. That social care safety net that's supposed to be there, that's supposed to look after vulnerable people, be there, help them with their lives, help them to turn their lives around and move on. It's just not there, is it? And when they can actually come to this flat and put a vulnerable person in there and say, it's fine, you can live here. And then I have to force them to reconsider. I mean, just the whole thing is broken. I'm telling you something that if I'm voted in as mayor, this sort of stuff will stop. This sort of stuff will just stop.